Thank you. Well, welcome to the new year, to a new series and, well, a new set. I mean, it's extraordinary, this. It's based on Wembley, but, of course, this is slightly larger than the original. You're all very welcome. What else is new? Well, the suit is new and the haircut, that's fairly recent as well. And so to show number one. I shall be welcoming that ravishing actress who survived the clutches of the evil Ralph Gorse in the recent television series The Charmer, the fair Fiona Fullerton. A man who's been on many an honours list. He was once incorrectly addressed as the Lord Rectum of Dundee University, as Peter Ustinov. And first, an entertainer who, at the age of 12, earned 3 guineas for writing a piece for the magazine Punch, but has generously agreed to accept a reduced fee for his appearance here tonight. Mr. Peter Cook.
Very pretty here, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
Lovely.
Anyway, let's talk... Let me ask you about Christmas. Are you a Christmas fan? Or are you of the humbug school?
No, no, no. I love it all.
Do you?
Yeah, I enjoy it very much. Had a very good one. I was disappointed that I didn't get one Prezi I really wanted. You know, those talking Cabbage Patch dolls. A friend of mine has about 3 of them, and they're wonderful. They'd say, "Come on, give me a drink with my special cup." And you give it a drink and go, "Gong, gong, gong, gong. That's nice. Would you like to try some, Marie?" And they talk to each other. They could be presenters. I think that's brilliant.
What is the worst Christmas present that you've ever given anyone?
Nothing, which is a frequent one. I can't think. I give people musical socks and musical ties and fairly ghastly things like that.
Yeah.
I got a very nice one, which is an alarm clock in the shape and indeed the texture of a tennis ball. It looks just like a tennis ball, and it is an alarm clock. So when it goes, you can pick it up and hurl it at the wall, which I did. Yes, it bounced back. I did. It went straight out the window and into the goldfish pond.
Never to be seen again?
No, so it was bye-bye to one of my goldfish. Awful electric shock.
Fascinating. Now, let me ask you, as it's New Year, about predictions. Do you make them?
Ferdinand Marcos will buy Watford Football Club. Robert Maxwell will start a new breakaway Super League. Britain's first 24-hour-a-day football. Playing for the Maxwell Cup, of course. Of course. And at Maxwell Park. Maxwell Rovers, Maxwell Wanderers, and there's Maxwell United, Maxwell Thistle, Heart of Mid-Maxwell, Maxwell Argyle, Maxwell Stanley, Accrington Maxwell. There's a whole lot of teams. And it'll be a nice sort of family game.
It sounds quite possible.
I forgot to mention my #1 prediction that the drink of the year is going to be Dettol and Evian. Dettol and Evian. In fact, all cocktails are going to be Dettol-based. The 4D will be the smash hit cocktail. That'll be Dettol, Dubonnet, and Double Diamond. Dettol is going to be very big. I'll get into Dettol, if you can, before the price goes up.
Resolutions, Peter. What are you going to do that's going to improve yourself?
Well, I've decided I won't take on as much work and all that as I did last year.
Did you take on a lot?
Far too much. I had about 3 days filming. And then I go into private eye about 2 days a fortnight.
But that is rough.
What with a change in altitude and the time zones, because from Hampstead to the West End, you're about 1 millisecond behind the rest of the world, and I find that very fatiguing.
What about smoking? Now, you're a heavy smoker. Are you going to do something about that? I mean, smokers are under pressure to stop, aren't they?
They certainly are under pressure to stop, and they're not under much pressure to start on this programme. And no ashtray. No ashtray, no.
Actually, it's a giant...
They'll become about as rare, but I hope more loved than the white rhino, I think, smokers. In America, I mean, on the airlines, you'll have read about the fighting that has taken place between smokers and non-smokers. And the law now is, I think, that if the non-smokers outnumber the smokers, irrespective of what kind of seat they've booked, the non-smokers prevail. So a rather rich acquaintance of mine, who happens to be a smoker, booked 51% of the seats on an internal flight, and a few other smokers drifted up. There was only about 3 of them smoking and about 185 non-smoking, and the non-smokers got very cross and said, "We are in the majority." And he said, "If I choose to take my aunts in air-conditioned matchboxes, indulging in their favourite luxury of passive smoking, that is my privilege." And that will obviously go to law. There's going to be a hell of a case about that.
Don't you put down conditions when you're invited to a dinner party?
No, I don't. But if it's people I don't know well at all, I will ask if it is a non-smoking household. And
if it is?
And if it is, suddenly remember that I'm doing some darning that night.
Is this what, the longest then you've actually been without a fag since we've been talking here?
Well, apart from brief moments of sleep, which I haven't done. I haven't done since I've been on, as far as I know. I think there was the audience drifting off, but...
I've missed a few moments, but generally it's been all right. What about...
86, yes, let's all drink to her.
People who give up, they can be fairly tiresome, can't they?
I gave up. I became intolerable. I stopped for about 6 months, and I was loathsome to be around. I mean, that is what I am in any case, but I was even more loathsome and irritable.
Did you balloon?
Did I balloon? No, I ballooned later. I'm always ballooning. Because you probably know Raymond Burr's stunt double. And do all his walking. It was all right. It was all right when he was in, you know, Ironside. That was fine. Could manage that. But now he's up on his feet again as Perry Mason. It's very exhausting.
Yeah.
No, I didn't balloon. I just went continuously irritable and furious. What a dreadful question! What a dreadful question to put to me. I've been sat here for 4.5 hours with this barrage of interrogation. I haven't had a cigarette. No wonder I'm going posse.
What about your diet, though? If you were to balloon, what do you do when you feel you're young?
Well, I did balloon deliberately, because Robert De Niro and I were up for the part... We're up for the part of King Farouk.
By the sound of it. Yes.
And so I ballooned up, you know,
yeah.
Forced myself to become enormous, and then De Niro got it by about 2 stone. I mean, he's a more dedicated actor than I am.